Hello, I'm Kyungtawan Su Sutdam. Today, I'd like to introduce myself to everyone. If there's anything useful for any group or if the clips I've made are useful, please share them. Subscribe to me so that if there are any new updates, you won't miss anything. Kyungtawan Su Sutdam's duty is just to send information and news. And it will be information from the real knower who received it from O1. The real one who uses the dragon method, which he calls himself. But it's his Dhammakaya knowledge, overlaying the body of a person with merit, which we call the real knower. And he sent us information to inform everyone. We've promised O1 for a long time that we will receive merit if he is assigned. Therefore, here we will have information from him for everyone. See you. MD-UG.68.38 answers questions from clips 68.2 to 68.3 about the work on April 22, 2025. The actual day did not have any bad events as reported. Does that mean it is not true, cannot be believed? Or did something actually happen? From clips 68.2 and 68.3 that were reviewed to provide knowledge as information to the temple people that will lead to the creation of the Ant Power Network starting on June 10, 2025 to ask for the truth from the temple, namely O2 and Abbot Mu, in three main issues. 1. O2 did not close the case for O1 within 180 days, October 2023 April 2024, is it true? 206 told through the New Faith Group that O1 gave the branch temple to the higher-ups Purple Kumari, dividing 70 to 30, is it true? 301 has a goal to suppress, no favored policy. Why join in the Nava Dharma Palace? In clip 68.3, there is a summary before the event on April 22, 2025 that the event will become a massacre of Buddhists, both monks, novices, laymen. Possibly to the point of eliminating all Buddhists in Thailand and around the world, especially those who are infected with black magic and those who are obsessed with delusion. If they join the ceremony in the Dharma area around the Great Dhammakaya Sitya in the evening, with a magic spell through the 300,000 personal Dhammakaya Buddha images on the Great Dhammakaya Sitya, according to the information in clip 68.2, starting from the beginning of 2019, there has been the practice of black magic and the smearing of dirty things on the 300,000 personal Dhammakaya Buddha images on the Great Dhammakaya Sitya, claiming to offer a gold plate with a radiant halo to cover the dome during December 26, 2018 to New Year's Day, January 1, 2019, but in reality, they want the donation money to be used as a fee to protect 7 dishonest monks from being witnesses to slander the offense of embezzlement of donated money that the 7 dishonest monks did themselves and were actually caught by the AMLO, in which O6 was one of the 7 monks who were caught. And he was the mastermind that all 6 monks testified that they cheated the donated money according to the policy of O1, the chairman. Therefore, if the temple junior monks followed the policy of the chairman, which was O1, at that time in 2019, the temple junior monks were not guilty and the fault would fall solely on O1. If all the cheating monks testified in accordance with each other and implicated O1, the DSI demanded 100 million baht each as witnesses, totaling 700 million baht. And by telling people to make merit through the imitated sermon of O1, but signing someone's name instead of the real sermon that was signed as Dao Songsarn, the relatives, the hosts. And the devotees did not know that it was not O1, so they joined in making merit in large numbers and they unknowingly received the money to testify against O1. And they also committed sins that encouraged them to bring Muslims to do dirty things, blocking the sacredness of the personal Dhammakaya on the pagoda, especially blocking the transmission of power from the subtle part that through the Dhammakaya knowledge from O1 would normally be able to do through the 1-ton Buddha enshrined in the middle of the dome of the Great Dhammakaya Pagoda. And they succeeded, because after spraying dirty things to coat the golden sheets of the dome, it also sprayed the magic charge all over the personal Dhammakaya on the slope, totaling 300,000 statues, contaminating them with dirt and chanting magic spells to send power and influence all the time throughout January 2019 until 06. Took the money for the protection of all 7 monks to give to DSI and planned to bring a group to search the temple to arrest 01 in February 2019. But this plan did not care whether 01 was found or arrested or not. It was more important that when the plan was done, all monks, novices, lay people would be expelled from the temple and the temple would be closed, seizing all assets of the Dhammakaya temple in the area of 2000 Rai as the main principle. And for this reason, with 01's Dhammakaya knowledge, he foresaw in advance that the suffering would come to the children of monks, novices, and the children of laymen and laywomen and employees, totaling 3,000 lives, who would be abandoned. So 01 sacrificed himself. On February 2, 2019, he sent a letter to 06 to let them know that 01 had left the temple. No need to bring people to raid the temple or seize the temple, causing 06 to change the plan. No need to hire anyone to raid the temple to create a situation to make it news, but to seize the power to manage the temple. Everything therefore came under the authority of 06 to control and manage all temple work since that day. The practice of black magic through the gold plate of Sirarat and the spraying of gold mixed with black magic spells to cover the great Dhammakaya Setya was the starting point for 06 to bring black magic to fight against the sacredness of Dhammakaya knowledge from 01. In 2021, the Zoom system was introduced, which made black magic a charm to bind 06 to the system for those who voluntarily join the system. This would be like accepting 06, who was a slave of the evil side, who was the black sin side, to be in the center of the body, the 7th base of everyone, instead of the triple gem. With a policy that entices the temple people to do their duty for 01 by using 01's sermon-like command messages, but signing someone's name to cheer and invite people to sign up to the Zoom system in January 2021 to reach 1 million people, and then increased to 2 million people for Maka Buka Day in February 2021, then increased to 5 million people on 01's birthday in April 2021. When the 22nd of April 2021 approached, the target was adjusted to 6 million people and invited at least 300,000 monks from all temples nationwide to join Zoom to chant Buddhist mantras for 01 as a religious offering on 01's 77th birthday. Everything used the same text as 01's sermon, but it was not the real 01 because the real 01 has not been at the temple since the 2nd of February 2019. However, none of the relatives knew and they all believed it was 01 because the announcer did not specifically say that one person was 01, but whispered through the coordinator. If anyone asked, they should tell him like this, claiming that they could not tell him directly because the DSI would find out and bring people to raid the temple and arrest 01, which would cause trouble. So they secretly did good deeds with great joy even though there would be no joy from secretly doing good deeds. If it was really good deeds, they would not have to do it secretly because they would do it openly. But the black magic through the Zoom system is very powerful and it gave 06 a way to preach to 01's children who didn't know and signed up for the Zoom system that year. Who knows how many millions of people. And it appeared as 06 sitting at the center of the body. The 7th base of those who zoomed in or just listened to the clip that was first made through the Zoom channel, there was this germ. There were witnesses who saw the event where 06 was actually in the center of the body instead of grandfather, grandmother or father 01. To the point that they had to do the method of inviting grandfather Saad or grandmother Chan or father 01 to sit in the center of the stomach instead of 06. Doing it repeatedly until the image of 06 disappeared. For this reason, those who can see this in detail must have a mind that is still and in the right place, so they will see it even if they do not see the bright orb or the Buddha image all the time. But they meditate as usual, and when they see it, their minds are at ease and in the right place. When listening to clips or watching or joining the Zoom system in any activities organized through the Zoom channel during that year, they will see O6 immediately when they close their eyes. That is the truth that confirms that O6 has created a Zoom system that binds magic spells to bind the hearts of those who enter the Zoom system or listen to and watch media from the Zoom system. Do it through the Zoom system to have O6 sit in the middle of the body instead of the Buddha image or instead of Luang Pu Sad. Grandma Chan, Luang Pho 01. And in 2021, there is a new channel on YouTube from the New Faith Group presenting a sermon from 01. But there were participants in the core room who heard information that O6 was a representative of the higher-up Purple Princess who negotiated with O1 to give up the temple and branches. With the willingness to split the donation money 70/30ths to the higher being to pay off O1's karmic debt from the previous life, and the negotiation was successful, O1 agreed. The information was announced through the core group of the New Believers to invite people who love the Temple O1, hoping to invite them to join the New Believers group because the group leader claimed that he had received a manual from O1 to teach meditation to a group of people who love meditation and love O1 by going to find a place to build a new temple, because O1 had already given the temple and all of its branches to the higher being, the Purple Kumari. So everyone does not need to come and make merit with the temple and its branches anymore. Let them go find a place to gather to build their own temple and practice Dhamma according to O1's manual. But the leader of the New Believers group does not know that in reality O1 had never written a manual and did not have anyone write a manual teaching O1's meditation. However, there may have been false claims from people who had recorded O1's teachings and taken them to make a manual claiming that they were O1's teachings, which came from the subtle details within or from O1's own words. It is not true that only direct experience will know how it is, and words in human language cannot tell the truth of inner experience. If it is used to explain, it will cause the listener to have a guideline that is distorted from the truth. It will become a sin because it will lead those who follow the teachings that use that description to deviate from the truth that is the correct truth. It becomes a distorted view until it cannot return to the traces of the true truth. But releasing the information that O6 is a representative of the higher up to talk to O1 to agree to give up the temple and branches and the donation money to be divided 70/30ths is a matter that O6 wants to release the news, because O6 really did it in the matter of citing the omen to enter the temple administration. But there is no truth in the matter that O6 said that he negotiated with O1 and O1 agreed to give up the temple and branches and divide the donation money. Even though this story O1, the real person, by means of the dragon hiding his body to be with the sun, has already been told to O1's children many times, both in writing and audio clips. But most of them do not believe and do not accept it until it is clear when seeing the image of the higher up, the Purple Kumari, in the glass room too. On Maka Buka Day, which gave trophies to the Dharma quiz testers, which was a project of O1 since the temple was built until now, and started having merit-making events for monks using Glass Room 2 and Pali examinations at Sanam Luang using Glass Room 2 as the examination venue, claiming that King Rama X offered food and other things to monks who came to take Pali examinations at Sanam Luang at Glass Room 2, until the clearest in early June 2025. When the Navadharma Palace project was announced, which only had monks at the abbot level of the Dhammakaya temple in Europe, and many zones join in, changing the color of their robes to join in announcing the project, with monks at the abbot level of the Dhammakaya temple in Europe zones being the main force driving the Navadharma Palace project, which the announcement claimed King Rama X, but behind the scenes there was clear information that it was the initiative of the Purple Princess, so it connected to the plan of O6. Who was the real behind every project that brought the Purple Princess to be involved in the temple's merit-making events all along? It was a confirmation of their agreement as described in clip 68.2 that it had that origin. And it was clearly true scene by scene. While the people of Dhammakaya Temple around the world were not aware of anything. They only thought that there was O1 in the temple secretly giving orders because they were afraid that the DSI would find out and arrest them, so they did not sign the instructions. They seemed smart, but in fact, it was a cheating method that the real O1 would never do with merit making because it was a sinful intention from the beginning. However, the cheating and evil people who pretended to be O1 thought that most people would not know or see the sin like them, so it was considered that there was none. And if they did this, most people would still want to believe like the cheaters. So they did not care how Kyantawan would bring the real information from the real O1 through the dragon hidden body method because the method he used was accepted by most people. Which was to believe that it was O1 and that by making merit, they would still receive merit from O1 as before. But the black magic from the Zoom system and the people who were infected by logging into the Zoom system in 2021 have all been cleansed and refined by the Dhammakaya knowledge of O1. Together with the great revered teachers led by Luang Pu Sod during the Dhammakaya pilgrimage month of 2022. Especially those who welcomed the Dhammayatra in 2022 will have all the black magic refined that month. But the delusion stuck in any belief of the temple people who logged into the Zoom system or did not logged into the Zoom system. If they still do not know the truth that the Zoom system does not belong to O1 but were deceived into believing by O6, they will continue to believe the same. Delusion. The defilements of the devil of delusion will arise again every time in the hearts of everyone who believes this way. That O1 is still working at the temple and is the one inviting people to do any new merit-making activities, causing their hearts to be black, servants of the devil. When sitting in Dhamma, it will always be dark and black. No light of merit can pass through, even though the Zoom system has been refined and completely freed from black magic. But the infatuation in the hearts of everyone who had joined Zoom was not washed away. There was no announcement to make it clear that Zoom was not O1's. The same infatuation with the same witchcraft returned to everyone's hearts every time automatically. When it came to 2023, in mid-January 2023, an incident occurred that Crew J posted on the page about, saying that O2 went to bring O6 to the temple's executive committee meeting and made O6 propose various projects. It was seen that O6 stood in the middle of the temple gate announcing to passers-by that O6 would go talk to O1 to propose a project that would bring 100,000 people to the temple per month, which was an image-building exercise to create belief. Later, it was announced that the temple committee would cooperate and announce new projects periodically in 2023. This shows that O6's image building was effective. People believed it and O6 took the project he claimed to talk to O1. But there was no actual conversation because O1 was not in the temple. Instead, he claimed to the temple executive board meeting that he had talked to O1 and received approval, without any truth. The temple administration seemed ready to believe it without having to verify the truth. One analysis is that the temple administrators were also hit by black magic through the Zoom system and did not know that Zoom really did not belong to O1. And they did not go to welcome the Dharma Yatra in January 2022, so they were still under the influence of black magic. The belief that O1 was still in the temple came from O6 citing any project that he had talked to O1, which the temple administrators are good monks. Certainly afraid of sin. While O6 comes from an Islam that is credible and does not believe in sin, so he can lie about everything so blatantly that it is not like acting. When O6 dares to claim like an innocent actor who makes people believe it is true. The monks would not think that O6 would dare to commit a sin by claiming untruths to make them seem real and lie so blatantly about such an important matter. Furthermore, if O6 takes the royal decree to the meeting of the temple's executive committee, stating the decree from above about what he wants the Dhammakaya temple to do next, it is like confirming as evidence that O6's words claiming that he was the representative from above who negotiated for O1 to agree to give the temple and branches and split the donation money with. The above 70/30ths are credible by default, because good monks would not think that other monks would dare to lie to the above about such an important matter. And they would even less dare to object if it was O1's order to really give the temple to him because they are afraid of sinning. They would just not say anything. If anyone dares to claim that O1 ordered anything, the monks at the temple would just follow it. The more rumors are spread that, following the president's order, O1 is not wrong. So it came out as a working model that worked for the goal of getting 70% of the money to the higher up first in every job. It was like every monk at the executive level believed what O6 was claiming, that everyone must agree to do every new project that O6 proposed to the higher up, the Purple Princess. Only then will it help O1 pay off O1's old debt from the previous life when he occupied his city, as we have heard from the story of the Prime Minister's stud case. And planted a flag in his heart like that every monk is doing it for O1, to help O1 escape his old karma. And when the higher up, the Purple Princess, is satisfied, she will forgive O1, which will cause any lawsuits against O1 to be resolved and disappear when the karma between them is over like that. But at that time, it was not clear yet and only just appeared as a clear result from the news in early June 2025. The Navatham Wang project was launched. And every monk who is an abbot in many zones changed the color of his robes to join the main force to carry out that project. At the project announcement event, no one dared to mention the name of the Purple Princess, who was the originator. Referring to the order of Rama X, it is similar in nature and method to what they did to the people of Wat Phra Dhammakaya both inside and outside the area. Just claiming that it is an order from O1. Everyone will follow without daring to object because they are afraid of sin. But in terms of the palace, it is fear of royal power. With this, the evil people can rule the city, both the Buddhist church and the kingdom, right? But before reaching the clarity in 2025, in 2023, there will be a project to invite people to build a pagoda for O1 to worship the Dharma for 79 years on his birthday, April 22, 2023. To join in the merit of building 24 Buddha statues of the small pagoda on the island of the Glass Pagoda of Heaven, 6 statues on each side, 4 sides, 24 statues. Raising funds since the beginning of February 2023. Building the Buddha statue, inviting people to inscribe their names on gold plates placed under the base of all the Buddha statues. 10,000 baht per name, which O1 told the real experts that it was a ritual of sorcery to bind the hosts who inscribed the names to be followers of the sorcery godfather since then. Voluntarily in every step, from the fact that the children of O1 used to have pure and clean elements of nature because they had accumulated great merits with O1. Every time they would receive the distillation of the elements of nature, seeing, remembering, and knowing from O1's Dhammakaya that emerged through every merit-making ceremony, repeatedly cleansing all defilements and bad karma in many merit-making ceremonies that O1 had always invited to do. Any black magic could not harm or dominate the hosts and laypeople who had made merit with O1 all along. But when they organized a ceremony that required the hosts who made merit to write their names on a gold plate and place it under the base of the Buddha image, when they thought of creating a Buddha image on their side, the sinful side, the hosts walking holding the gold plate with their names inscribed or writing their names, including the monks who made merit to write their names on the gold plate and placing it at the base of the Buddha image in that ceremony. It immediately became a ceremony of voluntarily dedicating themselves to being disciples of the Master of Black Magic. Therefore, however many hosts, laypeople, or monks wrote their names and placed them on the plates, they confirmed their happiness to be disciples of black magic greatly and densely according to that number. After a month had passed, February to April 2023 is already done. In May to July 2023, we will come to emphasize the witchcraft diagram for the second round by inviting to build 2 more black hair Dhammakaya Buddha statues using the same method, which is to make merit according to the level. Inscribe the name on the gold plate in the center of the Buddha statues, increase the amount of merit, inscribe the name denser than before, and place it directly in the center of the black side Dhammakaya Buddha statues, which is equivalent to voluntarily becoming slaves of the black side. At that time, the hosts and those who made merit threw away all the merit they had to receive the sins from the black side that belonged to the devil immediately since then. And with the hosts who really had a lot of money, they were also tricked into building a 3-meter black hair Buddha statue for Wat Ban Kun, Chiang Mai Province in August 2023, another one. This is to emphasize the witchcraft diagram and become slaves of the devil willingly, leaving no gaps, no bright merit that they used to have, completely and completely. With this method, the big hosts who normally have clean and pure elements in the center of their bodies are the white side, who has a very bright and large merit, being the power of the merit side to subdue O1, has practiced Dhammakaya knowledge to correct the diagram of the Mara side for many years, but has become a host with only a black sinful ball in the middle of the body as a replacement. As for the huge donation, it has been sent to the purple Kumari above as desired. O6's plan is to occupy the center of the body of all the monks in the temple to be his side, the black side, as soon as possible, without anyone obstructing or having different opinions. Therefore, he thought of a plan to claim to worship the Dharma, O1, on the upcoming 80th anniversary, to have the entire temple study Pali. The goal is to become the Pali champion, to make Luang Por O1 proud as a birthday present for O1. Doing this made the monks who had many regular duties almost have no time to close their eyes and meditate. But they still had time, and every merit-making event still brightened their hearts to O1. When they had to join the Pali study, they claimed it was for O1's birthday. Relying on the devotion that everyone had for O1, they ordained and dedicated their lives to the temple. If they didn't join the Pali study, they were afraid that they wouldn't be able to show their love for O1, which was true, since the entire temple was doing it. So I had to join in. It meant that I had to give up the little time I had left for meditation each day to read and memorize Pali textbooks. My mind was empty and I didn't have to think about anything. I was at ease just sitting and closing my eyes, and I felt good and merit was created. It became that I was forbidden from closing my eyes because I had to keep my eyes open to study and memorize textbooks to pass the Pali exam. This meant that not only did I not get to practice Dhamma, I also had to use up my already limited time to read and memorize Pali textbooks to pass the exam. If anyone didn't join in, they would be criticized and blamed. So everyone in the temple had to agree to do as they said, claiming that they were paying homage to Dhamma O1 and that everyone was united and not divided. This meant that anyone who didn't join in was thinking of dividing themselves. The fear of being accused of thinking of dividing themselves meant that everyone had to agree to join in. The whole temple was gone. Since the Pali study plan was aimed at making O1 feel happy, if O1 really did, they would gain some merit. Their merit wouldn't run out. But because it was O6's evil plan to do it for himself, O6 himself would have credit for the purple Kumari. Therefore, they deceived everyone to do it for the non-existent O1 because O1 had not been at the temple for a long time and O6 was the only one who knew. And because they had to rely on writing fake sermons, they had to rely on O1's big secretary to do fake sermons to order everyone in the temple to do every project that O6 wanted them to do. O1's big secretary knew that the real O1 was really not at the temple anymore, so she dared to impersonate him and write sermons to deceive people continuously. The evil plan from O6's evil intention was the beginning, causing all the monks to study Pali. Therefore, it was not a merit plan, but a sin plan. Every monk and novice who joined this project therefore all sinned. And before they got the sin, as soon as they signed up to join the project, they immediately threw away all the merit they had. The bright merit that had been sent to O1 was now gone from the temple. After the plan to eat all the monks was finished, they had to eat the laypeople as well. Therefore, they did the meditation project, Pure Heart, via Zoom, with another monk as a tutor. Laypeople who want to meditate to reach the Dhammakaya within themselves will want to apply to join the project so that they can be tutored by monks from the company. Monks in the company are said to be able to see monks when they meditate. Only then will they be able to join the company. When the monks in the company were assigned to be tutors, the laity immediately applied to sit together. However, because it was done through the Zoom system of O6 and most of the laity had entered Zoom because they had been mistakenly led by O1 from the beginning and there was no announcement to make it known to the public in 2022 that Zoom was not led by O1 from the beginning. This infatuation did not disappear from the hearts of the laity who had entered the Zoom system before. When they applied to join the meditation practice through the Zoom room, they all sat in the dark in rows. But they were pleased that they were doing it to make merit and offer it to O1 without realizing that they were only offering black sinful stars every time and O1 was the leader of the suppression of the bright merit side. So he would not receive black sinful stars from anyone. No matter how much they had been beloved children, it ended immediately. The hosts or the laity who thought that joining the meditation practice with the Zoom system would bring merit to O1 still remained in their infatuation even more. They did not suspect anything when they sat in the dark. Normally, they sat and did not see anything. Sitting and sleeping is normal. Sitting and sleeping, I don't know what. But the truth is, normally, if I sit and sleep, it is still a bright orb. If I sit in the dark, I can't see anything. But for O1, it still appears as a bright orb of merit. But when I went to sit in the tutoring project via Zoom, it became dark as usual. But what reached O1 was a black orb of sin, which made O1 unable to see anything. From being bright, it became dark. From many events, new merit-making events announced by the project of O6 for the Purple Kumari, it will naturally cause all the bright orbs of merit to disappear and black orbs of sin to arise instead. But it doesn't end most of their lives because every day there are merit-making activities that used to be original merit initiated since O1's time, which is the habit of making merit. Keeping the 5 or 8 precepts, and meditating every day, which came from O1's teaching. It is still merit that occurs every day as long as I am still breathing. And I have made merit in many merit-making events throughout the years that O1 invited me to do. It has made the elements of the body clean and free from black orbs of sin for a long time. Therefore, there is no sin orbs to affect me even though I just received the sin orbs in the new sin project. When I do merit-making, that is an original habit from the source of merit, which is O1. The side of merit has another opportunity. I will discard the sins to gain more merit. Until the first Sunday of the month, there is a merit-making ceremony for the Buddha's rice offering. Then, all the sins and black magic will be washed away every month. In terms of each person's personal life, they don't know what's different. But in terms of O6, at first, he didn't know why the black magic he did in each event didn't last long. Sometimes the host or anyone who used to be easy would come back to argue or disagree with him again. especially with O2. In 2024, he planned to do various projects continuously to earn money to send to the heavens as promised. He had to permanently take O2 as his. So, he did all kinds of black magic until he did black magic through every gift. He found a way to do everything that would send to dominate the minds of the host and the devotees as much as possible. And every now and then, the offering of Makabuka lanterns was arranged to be offered in the glass room too, which has the black hair of the sinful side of the Buddha. Then O6 saw the desired results in every task, making him expect the complete results in 2025, planning to eliminate all Buddhists at once because he had already placed magic spells all over Thailand. Just make the place ready for using air spells on the World Protection Day in the evening through the great Dhammakaya Setia, which claimed to have announced the merit of Sawannaratmi at the beginning of the year. Sprayed and painted the 300,000 personal Buddha statues to celebrate the 25th anniversary of the great Dhammakaya Setia, but got the money to destroy the sacredness of the Setia through the Buddha statues roughly to be his permanently, preparing to do a big event on O1's 81st birthday, which will have an offering of Thai Dharma to more than 40,000 temples in the evening that will be held at the pagoda courtyard, but plan to perform magic spells with air spells already. Planning to deal with monks and laypeople who have magic from many tasks that were brought from the Dhammakaya temple to give through the Golden Principle Buddha statue on the World Protection Day in 2024 and through the Golden Buddha statues that were distributed to the devotees who made merit at 30,000 temples. Still, the magic that was done through the devotees who led the merit in the Kathan donation event throughout Thailand, and through the cloth bag items, any O1's photo, to be attached to at least 30,000 temples throughout Thailand that received contributions for Kathan in 2024, when combined with the Thai Dharma event of 40,000 temples. World Protection Day in 2025 will be exactly 3 times. At O6, it is expected that all the monks and laypeople who are the main force of Buddhists will be able to be dealt with at once when inviting them to join the ceremony together in the evening at the pagoda square. It will be able to eliminate all the monks and laypeople who are the main force of Buddhism in every temple throughout Thailand, or almost all of them, making it easy for Islam to take over the temples and the country at once. They really planned it this way, and this plan was also brought by O1, who brought the real expert to dream and tell Kyongtawan to inform her children. The purpose of making this clip today is actually to explain what happened after the air magic on O1's birthday this year, April 22, 2025, which Kyongtawan took the responsibility from the real O1 through the real expert to provide information in advance. He even had the people who knew find a way to tell Abbot Mu to suspend the evening ceremony at the pagoda square first. But when the day came, no one dared to tell the abbot like that. Those who believed did not dare to join the evening ceremony that day. But they kept listening or reading and asking people who might know what happened, and found that nothing happened as Kyongtawan had said, that is, there was no mass death as the serious and frightening warning. However, there was a video clip showing the sky above the great Dhammakaya Setia that day with a large dark shadow and a large black mouth above the Setia. Those who knew the truth said that it was the shadow of a ghost, reflecting in the evening sunlight, making it look like the color of a monk's robe, indicating that the event was a sinful event of the big monk ghosts who embezzled everything from the event because they started it with big corruption. And the clip shows a bright light outside the covered temple to the west before shining the color of the robe to show the image of a big mouth ghost above the point where the Setia is. The bright light outside the covered temple shows the shape of the great Dhammakaya Setia. And those who know wrote that the great Dhammakaya Setia was not there in the ceremony, but had moved from that point to the covered temple and shined the light above the Setia because there were ghosts who embezzled everything in that event. When the sinful side was there, The monks were not there. But it was even more amazing when, several days after the event, another person came to read and wrote to Kyongtaewon that he had joined the evening ceremony at the pagoda courtyard and intended to take a picture of the Great Dhammakaya Pagoda. However, when he looked through his mobile phone, he did not see the Great Dhammakaya Pagoda there. He did not see it through the camera, but he saw it with his naked eyes. He looked again through the camera to take a picture, but he did not see the pagoda. It was an empty space in the middle, but he saw it with his naked eyes. He was shocked and scared. So he did not dare to tell anyone. Therefore, he did not take that picture. The picture he saw through the camera that it was empty, the pagoda was not there. However, when he arrived at Kyongtaewon clearly understood. Oh, so that's why he saw people taking pictures of the light outside the pagoda-shaped chapel that day. And the colored light of the robes passing through the sky above the Dhammakaya Pagoda with a large mouth that told him that it was a ghost monk. And the description that the pagoda was no longer there, but had been lifted up into the sky outside the chapel. During the evening ceremony that day, it was not just words but in detail. It was actually done. Therefore, there are people with merit who look through the camera and do not see the great Dhammakaya Sitya really. In the rough sense, they see the Dhammakaya Sitya. But in the subtle sense, the great Dhammakaya Sitya is floating in the sky because the evil and filthy side is occupying the area to perform the sinful rites of the dark side there. The monks cannot stay there. This reminds me of what O1 once said at the Dream in Dream kindergarten school when O1 said that in the human mind, one can only enter one thing at a time. If the monk enters, the devil leaves. If the monk leaves, the devil enters. In fact, it is like that even in the place. When the place used to belong to the monks, there was the great Dhammakaya Sitya. The nirvana in the subtle sense was hidden behind the personal Dhammakaya. But when the team in the temple agreed to work for the evil side and agreed to use the Dhamma area of the merit side to work on the sinful side of the devil, the sinful side entered. Therefore, the meritful side could not stay. The meritful side or the monks had to leave that place when the sinful side used the area to perform the sinful rites. There were also people with merit who saw it for themselves and confirmed this matter. Therefore, it is certain that the evening ceremony on April 22, 2025, the offering of alms to monks at more than 40,000 temples throughout Thailand, was truly a ceremony of the sinful side. The people who attended the event had to give up their merit and truly receive sin. Therefore, those who listened to information from Kyongtaewon and did not attend the event that evening, when they did not see the bad event happening, might be feeling regretful that they did not come to make merit that day because they believed Kyongtaewon's incitement like this. Now, if they read this and listen to this, they will probably be happy that it was good that they did not come. Even if no bad event happened, but if you did not join the ceremony that evening, it means you did not give up all your merit to take back your sin. If you did not give up all your merit, even if you did not gain new merit, if it was real merit, you should be happy. But this confirms that the event that evening was truly a sinful event. Not having to give up all your merit and not taking away your sin is considered the greatest luck. Answering the question, then, what about the person who truly knows dreaming that there was an invisible air poisoning medicine that would be poisonous and people who attended the event could inhale it and die? But on the actual day, did this really happen? But no one was hurt, or was it not real? Or was the person who truly knows dreaming? The answer can be divided into 3 parts. 1. The person who truly knows had a dream that O1, the real person, with Dhammakaya knowledge, took him to dream, meaning that O1 truly saw with Dhammakaya knowledge and Anakatangsanya, that is, saw in the future that there would really be an air poisoning medicine. So he had the person who truly knows dream to tell Kyongtaewon, to inform his children not to join, not to go to the event. not to do it because they would die together if that person had black magic in the past. Even a virtuous person who went to meditate in the Luang Prasad temple at Wat Phra Dhammakaya saw a vision that at the event where monks and laypeople came to receive and offer alms, white mist appeared to erupt from under the covered temple and caused their skin to burn and fall down everywhere. Without the virtuous person reading or knowing anything about what Kiantawan had informed them about. This shows that there was really a plan to do that beforehand. This confirms that this dream of foretelling future events is definitely real and 100% reliable, and Kiantawan received information from a truly knowledgeable person to tell everyone. With the same information in every respect. Therefore, the information from Kiantawan is definitely reliable. 2. 06 and his friends followed, read, and listened to Kiantawan's clips with interest to know each other and others. After knowing this, they thought that if infatuation can cause everyone to have only black sinful hearts, then 06 didn't have to waste time and money doing black magic. And just because the hearts of all the monks and laypeople have black sinful hearts from participating in sinful ceremonies, they really have to abandon their merits. Getting black sinful hearts from such a big sinful event should be enough to kill everyone because when their merits run out, they won't be able to breathe. And Kiantawan also said that if 06 used the air magic to eliminate all monks and laypeople that evening, they would all die. The sin would fall on 06 alone because he beat the snakes to feed on them. The crows would eat them and fly away. The sin would fall on the one who beat them. The punishment this time would not be good. When comparing Buddhists, both monks, novices and laypeople, to snakes, and 06 was the one who planned to lure them all to the Dharma square to use the air magic to eliminate all Buddhists. 06 would be the one who beat the snakes. The one who would benefit would be the one who ate the snakes, which meant Islam would be able to easily own every temple in Thailand without having to commit any sin. But the sin would fall on the one who beat the snakes, which was 06 alone. If it was true as Kiantawan claimed, the real 01 said, then let it be like that without 06 having to commit the sin, that would be the only one who would receive the sin. So 06 changed his mind and did not let the magic be made, hoping that if he did not do the magic and nothing happened, it would make Kiantawan lose her credibility because she could not speak the truth. 3. The merit side. 01 used the merit to eliminate the black magic that was attached to various things. In various places, various temples that received it. If 06 ordered the casting of spells to stimulate the power of the sorcery, there would be no more germs to control the minds of the monks of various temples. And the lay people who used to have sorcery would also lose their germs because there was no medium to stimulate the spell. On the day of the event, 01 also used Dhammakaya knowledge to lead the subtle aspects of the white Dhammakaya in the entire pagoda to disappear from the area in the pagoda courtyard. There would not be any of the 300,000 personal Buddha images on the pagoda that had been sprayed with sorcery media. They would be stimulated by incantations if there was a spell to use any air-controlling medicine. It can be said that if the spirit of Saya really cast a spell that evening, there would be no Buddha images on the pagoda to stimulate the medicine. And the monks and lay people who came to sit and participate in the ceremony, even though they had no merit left because they had abandoned their merit before entering the sinful event, there would be no more sorcery to attract if air-controlling medicine was really performed to stimulate the 300,000 monks who had been sprayed with the medicine. They would not have died as a group as the 06 side wanted if they did not change their minds at the end. But it turned out that day, both the pagoda, the monks, novices, and lay people, there is no magic attraction if the magic potion is made by the magic lord and 06 changes his mind not to order it to be done, it will not have any effect. The work is just a work that the sin side has done on the land of the merit side, which withdraws all merit so that it does not become tainted. The monks, novices, and laypeople who join in just do not have merit and only receive sin from this work, with the delusion that exists in each person's heart that is not the same. When receiving the major sin back, those who have the old sin that affects them will die. But if anyone goes back and behaves normally and acts like a meritorious person, they just abandon their sin and gain merit again. In the evening Dharma hall that day, the monks who come are monks who normally make merit, so there will be no sin waiting to affect them. The lay people who are the leaders of merit and hosts are normally good people who do not commit sins to the point of killing anyone and wait to receive the results unless they really have karma from past lives. When receiving the major sin back, there is no old sin for new sins to attract and combine to affect them, so it is fine. And the more they normally make merit as usual, such as waking up in the morning, the laypeople give alms to the monks and meditate regularly, they immediately abandon their sins and gain merit as well. Normal monks perform their duties and go on alms rounds and do the activities of the monks that are meritorious as usual. They will discard their sins to gain merit again. It crosses over like this. If they do not review their sins according to the principles that O1 taught when making merit, those who have worked and have not reviewed their sins again will gradually distance themselves from the power of sins. When the first week of the month comes, there is a merit-making ceremony for offering rice to the Buddha. If they join, they will also receive the purification of all their sins by default. Therefore, there will be no bad results for anyone to receive news that confirms that what Kyungtawan said was true. But it is a good result that they want more. The next result is that O6 was disappointed when he did not see any bad news that happened after receiving sins and returning to each temple the following day. This made O6 unable to resist disguising himself from a fake page and writing, citing Kyungtawan's severe warning. The story of not coming to the event on April 22, 2025 because there will be an air poisoning that will kill all Buddhists, and then saying that it is not true at all, talking on and on. Will people still follow Kyungtawan? Kyungtawan has already answered him, but answered in the middle of the air in a YouTube clip, not specifically answering him. And to prevent him from messing with good people again, I blocked him on Facebook. But in Kyungtawan's explanation in the clip after the event on April 22, 2025, Kyungtawan told him that if he wanted to show his intelligence, he should do it like a straightforward person, smarter than a person with real intelligence. Not to win by deceiving people who lack intelligence, be deluded by deceiving or using black magic to make them dizzy and then dominate and deceive. Anyone can do it, just don't do it. It is not the way of a smart or intelligent person. And he also challenged him that if he was really smart, he should think of a way to turn the victory to the Buddhist side, the side of merit. To prove himself that he is not a Muslim or a converted Muslim, and to prove that he really wants the best for this group, really loves the temple, loves Buddhism, loves the monks. He must not support Islam and go back to destroy Islam as well. But not by the sinful method, because the sinful method is not difficult at all, just committing sins. But the method of the capable and good is difficult, because it must be defeated without using the sinful method. If he can really do it, he will be truly sure. And it seems that O6 will accept this challenge, because after the World Earth Day on April 22, 2025, just one day later, a clip appeared of a southern monk sitting and talking on a video, reading in detail about the teachings in the Islamic scriptures, which the monk said were not the original teachings, but belonged to the BRN bandits. And the monk couldn't help but read it to him because there had just been an incident where a novice monk was shot while collecting alms on April 23, 2025 by the Islamic BRN bandits. And this monk decided to tell him that this bandit group had teachings that they held onto, so he had to read it to the Buddhists, asking why they were killing Buddhist monks and novices. Because the teachings were written in a way that said that this land belongs to Islam. Therefore, Buddhist monks and novices are enemies of the prophet of their religion. Eliminating enemies of the prophet of their religion is a great merit, and they will receive a gift from heaven. How many women, how many angels, etc. It is called a teaching that feeds defilement to the loyalists without any reason, especially telling them to talk nicely to Buddhists first, so that Buddhists will agree to him. If they talk nicely and Buddhists do not agree, they will face a severe response that will kill them, which is beheading. There are also words expressing concern and care for the loyalists who have not yet succeeded, saying that it is okay, there will still be another chance. To continue striving until the goal is achieved, which is success. Whenever they succeed, they will be rewarded with how many women, how many angels, etc. These are just some examples that we can roughly remember. It makes us think that in the case of 06, if he really did it for Islam. In the past he tried to do it for the goal of destroying Buddhism all at once. And for many years. He has created a situation to climb up to the point where he can command and control everything instead of 01. He has deceived monks and temple people to do sinful work for him all over Thailand. And has captured the hearts of people all over the world, even more than in the era that 01 did. What exactly does he want to do it for? Is it so that 06 will be the greatest among Buddhists all over Thailand and all over the world instead of 01? Or is it so that Islam can take over Thailand by completely wiping out Buddhism? His plan that was implemented before April 22, 2025, seemed to follow the path of wanting to wipe out all Buddhists in the country for his Islam religion. After letting Buddhists make a lot of money for Muslims to use comfortably without having to work for many years. It was the right time to take over all temples in Thailand for Islam and wipe out all Buddhists with one job. By using sorcery, controlling the air, working with the sorcery godfather who brought them to live in the temple area, tying up a black dog to practice sorcery at Phai Thawan's original Buddha molding factory, which was used to mold Buddha images and cast Luang Pu Sat and Grandma Chan Thong Kam. After getting rid of Phai Thawan out of the way in October 2023, because Phai Thawan would be able to confirm whether it was really Luang Pho One who ordered the molding of the black hair Buddha image. In that case, sorcery would not be able to enter the temple if the real 01 was still in the temple. And Phai Thawan would not let anyone use the molding factory to mold Buddha images other than the Buddha image in person, like Phai Thawan who received merit alone. No one else had the right. There were many reasons that confirmed why they absolutely could not let Phai Thawan live. After Phai Thawan died, they took over the molding factory, but released a chat conversation that seemed to say that someone asked 01 that since Brother Thawan has passed away, should he close down the Buddha statue factory so that he would not have to worry about Brother Thawan and cause him grief? There was an answer from a monk who told him that he, referring to 01, said it was fine to leave it be, he would take care of it himself, which means he would not dismantle or close it. And 01 would continue to use it himself. Then saw on Crew J's page that someone found a black dog tied up at this factory. If he was the real 01, he definitely would not have tied a black dog up at this Buddha statue factory. Plus, someone went to ask the person who tied the black dog up why he tied it up. And he said it was to perform black magic. When asked what he did for black magic, he said it was to treat people who were addicted to black magic and to cause people to die. The person who asked did not dare to speak more. Later, a monk from the Buddhist arts department saw him and chased him away from the temple, saying that Luang Pho One did not allow black dogs to be kept in the temple. He said it was fine, he would talk to him himself. So that monk could not do anything, he just walked away. This clearly states that the chat that said that you mean O1 will take care of it himself, it's not the real O1, otherwise he wouldn't have tied up the black dog to do black magic. And the person who answered about black magic also clearly said that black magic can heal people, it can kill. The more I heard this, the more I was certain that there was no way that O1 would let black magic be done in the temple because it can kill people, it would be a big sin, it's a subject that can do big sins. There's no way that the real O1 would let it do that. So I was certain that it was the godfather of black magic who came to act as a fake O1 instead of the real one and waited to take on the duty of mixing black magic and teaching black magic. And the story of seeing a black dog in the pottery shop happened at the end of 2023 after Brother Thawan passed away. After the creation of 24 Buddha statues and 2 black-haired Buddha statues. And the third one in August 2023 before Brother Thawan passed away in October 2023. So 2024 is a year that is certain that black magic will be used in every point of every merit-making ceremony of the temple without anyone obstructing it anymore. Including putting it in the food of the devotees, which started in May 2023, which was the period when there was an invitation to create the golden black-haired Dhammakaya Buddha statue. But when the plan to use black magic was carried out until World Protection Day on April 22, 2025, the ultimate goal was to eliminate all Buddhists who joined the evening ceremony at the pagoda courtyard, O6, who had done everything to the highest point, was ready to perform the final mission to make Islam win completely. But O6 just realized that he didn't want to commit a great sin alone and let anyone benefit greatly like that. He just wanted to defeat O1, who created worldwide acceptance for Buddhists to admire. He just wanted to prove to everyone, I think he can do it. He can do better than O1, that is. He can do bigger work than O1 even though O1 is not there. It has nothing to do with him. He just feels that he is a Buddhist who is more capable than anyone else and smarter than anyone else. At least he is better than O1 because he can lead the group to create bigger work than O1 ever invited him to do smoothly. But when he can do it, he is stigmatized that choosing to do sin is easy. If he is really capable, he must do it in a good way. Do it with people who are truly intelligent. Make them intelligent accept him. Don't intoxicate them, make them delusional, and then deceive them into doing work. This is not called being capable or intelligent at all. He is just a cheating, sinful person. And O6 must be struggling in his heart as well. What does he really want? The greatness of Buddhism that he is approaching the highest achievement in the Sangha. Cooperating with the Kumari that won the heart of the king. It won't be long before he achieves greatness in the Buddhist community. If he is going to do it for his religion, he must destroy the lives of monks, novices, and laypeople all over Thailand and the world. And what does he get besides the rewards written in the scriptures? But Islam has gotten everything from his own hard work of doing sin and atonement. He feels that the gain is not worth the loss. It made him think of a way to get back at the Buddhist side to win, and he was a hero. He thought it was more challenging than destroying Buddhism and letting Islam, who did nothing, easily get everything. Importantly, after April 22, 2025, which had been planned for a long time with the sorcery godfather, to make an air-powered magic potion to destroy all Buddhism, the merit side prayed that the magic potion would not be made, or that it would not be successful, or that there would be a change of heart, or that the person who made the magic potion could not do it for whatever reason. When the time came, the air-powered magic potion would not actually be made, and those 3 answers had already been answered. But the result that the O6 side would receive was that in terms of Islam, who were waiting for success and saw that O6 had prepared for a long time and had made them a lot of money, they remained calm and patient because they were waiting to win. When that day came, April 22, 2025, but when the air-powered magic potion was not really made and it passed as if nothing had happened, with no bad events or deaths. Islam immediately showed its power by taking action against the southern novices, ordering the monks to release a clip to inform them that the killings of the southern Islamic side were done because the scriptures taught, and also pouring cold water on those who had not yet succeeded to continue to devote themselves, as if to indirectly say that 06 did not succeed yesterday. April 22, 2025, they acknowledged and forgave him, but had to vent their anger a bit because they were disappointed. They were still waiting for 06 to complete the task. But on April 30, 2025, a week after Earth Day, at 1:32 p.m., there was a signal from 01 through a real expert to inform them that the sorcerer or wizard had been eliminated with poison. He had been pretending to be a fake 01 in the temple for 2 years, but was eliminated because of a mistake. After the Islamic side probably investigated why on April 22, 2025, the air-powered medicine was not made as planned. At first, the real 01 told the real expert that it was 06 who would be eliminated because 06 was soft-hearted. In fact, 06 just felt that he had reached a point where he had proven himself that he could do what 01 could not do. He was satisfied. He wanted to stay with monks all over Thailand and Buddhists all over the world for a long time, so he did not want to kill them all. He agreed to kill the wizard instead, claiming that this mistake was the wizard's fault, in order to save his life to take revenge on the Muslim side because he would prove to them that he just wanted to build merit to become a Buddha. He didn't want to go to the end of the Dharma, but when he reached the point where he felt satisfied, he had to kill all the Buddhist families. He felt very guilty. He couldn't bear to destroy everyone who had come together to work. He wanted to show 01 his skills, that he could really do it. He could be a good person in his own way. If 01 wanted that goal, he had done it. He loved 01 and wanted to receive love and praise from 01 that he was good and made 01 happy. That's all he wanted. He didn't want to kill all the Buddhists. But he didn't deny that there were orders for him to do it and expected him to do it without hesitation. But he didn't do it. And he agreed with what Kyongtawan told him, that to be truly good, you don't have to use deception to fool people. You have to accept it with mindfulness to be called truly good. He considered Kyongtawan's words as 01 telling him to come and speak. And he was glad that 01 let Kyongtawan tell him that it was enough. Stop. He was really ready to stop. If he had to die because of betraying them, he would rather betray those who would cause trouble to the world than destroy Buddhists. Hearing this much, it can be said that he wanted to be the hero in her heart. But Shihir is 01 because he loves 01, but it's the wrong kind of love. Therefore, when 06 will go full speed ahead to make the Buddhist side win, he must first eliminate the sorcerers and witches in order to save himself from Islam this time. He will make Buddhism from Wat Phra Dhammakaya accepted worldwide and accepted by the palace side as well. To make someone accept him, he must first do what he wants to make him satisfied. Win their hearts before making them join our side. This is probably a worldly plan that the victors often do. To win people's hearts, they must first do what they want. Once they have won their hearts, they can then lead or persuade them to come to us. It's as simple as that. But the problem is that worldly matters and spiritual matters are not the same. Thinking the same thing, doing the same thing, but getting different results, that's the big problem. Because starting with pure intentions, you will get pure merit, even if you act like a bad person, or even break the 5 or 8 precepts, or a monk breaks the 227 precepts. If you start with the intention of making merit, that method will also result in merit. Doing meritorious work with an unwholesome mind at the beginning will result in sin, even if you do it in a way that is good. When the principle is like this, O6 initiated from the beginning to bully O1 from the abbot's seat just so that O1 would not be able to order the temple people anymore. He would be able to come in and control and manage the temple in a way that he thought was better than what O1 did. In particular, he just saw that O1 was doing a mission, inviting people to do a big meritorious work. There were only problems coming from the higher-ups behind any obstructions that were known but could not be stopped or prevented. And doing wrong but not being news, while the O1 side invited to do good merit work, but was reported to be bad and slandered as a villain. This shows that the influence of the higher-up is strong and no one dares to resist. When he knew well that the higher-up obstructed the work of O1 because he came to ask for donation money but O1 did not give it. And the existence of O1 made the Dhammakaya Buddhism spread far and wide throughout the world to the extent that O1 received both honors and trophies on his 72nd birthday from 40 countries around the world. More than 90 awards. It hurt the eyes and hearts of those who wanted to receive benefits but did not. And it was a thorn in the hearts of the Islamic side who saw that as long as O1 was here, making the work of the Buddhist side strong throughout Thailand and the world like this, it had to be eliminated quickly. As O6, if he was really a Muslim, he would have taken on the duty to destroy Wat Phra Dhammakaya and O1 for sure. He would have done everything to take the temple to be his so that he could stop the merit work. Or he would have involved the higher-up so that he would not be an enemy obstructing the work and there would be money for Islam to pay off his own debts. He might get support from the Islamic side when he succeeds in eliminating O1 and destroying Wat Phra Dhammakaya and all temples in Thailand and around the world. His thoughts when he resented O1 were because he had planned all along to show his skills that he deserved to be the abbot of Wat Phra Dhammakaya if O1 wanted to put down the rough work and just sit and meditate and practice Dhammakaya knowledge. He was ready to volunteer to take care of the group, but his true heart was not for the religious work, but to find money to pay off his huge debts and to become a great figure in the Thai Sangha and greatness around the world. If he could do it, that would be the highest goal. But he went to ask for an opportunity from O1 twice. Someone told me that he went to talk to O1 Kyongtawan and was confused as to why he could speak like when Phra Thavadat spoke to Lord Buddha, the great teacher of the world, in the exact same sentence and words, in the same way that Lord Buddha was very old, so please leave the burden for him to continue doing it. This kind of words. But with O1's attitude that people saw and told each other was O1 the first time told O6 that the appropriate position of abbot already existed. But the second time when O1 listened to O6 say that, he just didn't listen and turned away. When O6 made a mistake by embezzling 700 million baht in donations to build that Chivo Pagoda in 2014 and O1 found out in September 2015, he called O6 to ask. O6 didn't deny that he took it. But O6 didn't answer O1's questions about where he took it, who he gave it to, and what he did. Finally, O1 told O6 to go far away from the temple and not let O1 see his face again. It became O6's resentment, like O6 thought that he did everything to prepare himself to take over the responsibility of being the abbot from O1 to relieve O1's worries. But his methods, O1 didn't accept and didn't give him a chance. He even tried to chase him away from the temple, so he had to get rid of him. O1 get out of the way so that he can follow his dream in a way that he thinks is smarter than what O1 is doing, which is doing it in a worldly way. When he encounters an enemy or a mafia that threatens and obstructs his work, he just agrees to make a deal with the mafia, agrees to share some of the benefits with them. And they won't obstruct him anymore. Everyone will win-win, but he can't do that as long as O1 is still the leader. So he plans to use a criminal case to push O1 away from the abbot, and he actually succeeds. He can remove his position, but O1 still has the power to order. So he orders O6 to be expelled from the temple again in September 2017. It just so happens that O1's big secretaries are being pushed by the host Jia because he saw that O1 knew about the big secretaries who were embezzling donations and was ordered to step down and just meditate. So, Ms. E went to bring him back to the meeting in the temple to command at the head of the table, with 4 more monks, totaling 5 monks, who received orders from Ms. E to cut off O1's way of giving orders as soon as possible. And O1's big secretary was responsible for sending orders from O1 as usual. With the trust that O1 had in the big secretary, he didn't know that he was following Ms. E's orders because he was afraid that if he didn't follow Ms. E's orders and O1 found out anything that they had embezzled from the donations, they would all be in trouble. Therefore, O1's big secretary decided to double-cross O1 by working with O6, who wanted to get revenge on O1 just in time. And they did it on O1's birthday in 2018 as previously mentioned. This allowed O6 to seize control of the temple's administration in late 2018 and led the group of monks who really embezzled. Joining O6, 7 monks, to testify and blame O1 alone as the one who ordered it because O1 was the most important person in the temple. And the use of fake sermons to tell the public to make money to use for immoral acts by O6 has been in full swing since the end of 2018. They just thought of sending people to storm the temple and arrest O1, and claiming that the temple was closed and everyone was expelled so they could seize the temple's assets. When O1 knew in advance, he left the temple first so that they would not have to close and seize the temple and would not cause his children, monks, novices, and laypeople, more than 3,000 lives, to suffer and be abandoned from the temple. This allowed O6 to seize power and manage the temple easily and conveniently. When using the method of giving fake sermons to ask the devotees for merit, and the devotees did not suspect or ask anything, it showed that the method was effective, so it was continued until today. Helping the higher-ups and the Kumari, as the new devotee group reported in the news, was something that O6 really did, but lied about talking to O1 because there was no real conversation. It is believable that O6 deceived the higher-ups and the Kumari about this matter as well, and made the higher-ups come to the point of daring to own temples and branches all over the world because O6 was the representative who fulfilled the promise that O6 claimed to have made. O6 proposed a new merit-making project that would make money for the higher-ups according to the agreement that O6 claimed to have talked to O1 to agree to. So 70% of the money had to be shared with the higher-ups according to the contract to build trust and confidence in the higher-ups, and to please the higher being. No one will be sent to obstruct the spreading work of the Dhammakaya temple. It will be noted that it was really like that. After O1 left the temple, there was an invitation to do new, big projects, bigger than the ones that O1 invited to do, and they were successfully completed without any news of obstructions or obstacles. Is being generous like that a merit or a sin? If we are to judge by the principle that it begins with intention, if the intention is pure, it will be a merit. But if the intention is not pure, it will be a sin. We have to see where the starting point is for the things that O6 is doing at the Dhammakaya temple every day. The real starting point is the point where O6 did everything to encroach on O1 from the position of abbot, until he cut off the real path of giving orders in April 2018 and seized power to administer the temple at the end of December 2018. That was a sinful intention, because O6 did it to get revenge on O1 for chasing him out of the temple, causing him to lose out on the benefits of withdrawing a large amount of temple money to pay off his own debts. And he succeeded by sinfully joining with the big secretary, those who were afraid of losing benefits from the fraudulent donations of O1, along with Ms. E. to the point of colluding to deceive money from the public to use as a cost to protect themselves as witnesses to slander O1 in the embezzlement of donations. Made a plan to add more cases to O1 in the money laundering case, hoping to use the testimony of Khun Arifin, the president of the Khun Yai Chan Foundation. If they cooperate with them and give a statement to the DSI confirming that O1 had laundered money through the Khun Yai Chan Foundation, they would give the DSI enough evidence to charge O1 with 2 serious charges and might make the prosecutor believe that O1 was really guilty and had to flee, and would allow the case to be prosecuted against O1 without having to wait to find O1 according to the surrender process or having to wait for O1 to acknowledge the charges first. If they could only charge O1 as the president of the Dhammakaya Foundation at that time as truly guilty with witnesses and evidence of embezzlement and money laundering, it would result in the court ordering the seizure of both foundations and selling the assets of the 2 foundations, claiming that this would be able to pay off the debt to the credit cooperative immediately as O6, the entire planner, when receiving any cooperation from all parties. He offered benefits and made an agreement that satisfied all parties. It was related to the assets of the Dhammakaya temple. O6 would follow through on his debt payment agreement with Islam, that he would give the land of the Dhammakaya ground around the great Dhammakaya Setia to Islam if he could not pay his debt. Therefore, all of this that O6 did was an unwholesome intention, aiming to eliminate O1 and keep everything in his hands so that he could pay his debt. But when everything went through his hands easily and the benefits were given to the higher-ups, there was no obstruction. The fundraising with new big projects was continuously successful. Therefore, from everyone's perspective, it seemed like it was promoting the work of Buddhism to progress and become more stable. To this day, the abbots of the Dhammakaya temple in Thailand and around the world have participated in the Navadam Wang project very well. It was as if what O6, together with the higher-ups, had promoted Buddhism. When it was proposed to King Rama X, he happily supported it, to the point that he gave various fans and appointments to the abbots of every temple and branch of the Dhammakaya temple around the world because it was like having a force to spread the Dhamma. From Wat Phra Dhammakaya to serve Buddhism to the palace to gain credit from the people both domestically and internationally. It became a merit that the Purple Kumari had achieved to be respected by the people because she had the greatest support from the Buddhists, which was the support from Wat Phra Dhammakaya. It was like a counterbalance to the power of Buddhism with King Rama X. The power of spreading Dhammakaya religious knowledge had been transformed into a Dharma army for the palace's favorite side. Therefore, they had to no longer work according to O1's policy to spread Dhamma knowledge. They no longer aimed to subdue the devil and destroy defilements. When asked about the reason why the abbots of the various temples cooperated with the palace, the answer was to help O1 escape the case quickly. This shows that they had instilled in them the belief that everything they did was to help O1 receive forgiveness from their karmic enemies, the Purple Kumari, quickly. When the heavens were satisfied, they would grant O1 the acquittal of the case. Therefore, this seemed like a merit if the initial intention was like this. However, in reality, it was not like this from the beginning because O6 started with an unwholesome intention from the beginning and was able to do it until he successfully took over the temple. And still using the deceptive method by using fake advice to deceive both monks and laypeople in doing various projects, claiming O1 ordered. Even though not naming names, but the intention is to deceive them to believe that, and most of them really believe, considering that the sin has been accomplished. What is obtained from the results of the sin is still used to continue as an excuse to help O1. Which if it could be cut off, it would be good, but because it cannot be cut off. It cannot be cut off from the beginning. It cannot be cut off since there is a repeat of the sin that does not let O2 go to close the case for O1 when the opportunity is opened by merit. During October 2023–April 2024, if O6 did not have any malicious intentions, would not encourage or deceive O2 into believing that if O2 closed the case for O1, when O1 came out, he would chase O2 out of the Dhammakaya temple because O2 played the stock market and made O2 believe to the extent of betraying or treasoning the truth that O2 had firmly given to O1 from the beginning regarding O1's criminal case. Whispering to O2 to decide not to close the case for O1 on the 80th anniversary became a new sin that O2 was directly involved in and is still in the process of O6's sin without stopping because O6 had reasons not to let O1 come out. Because O6 had just started to control and manage the temple and made the devotees believe and make merit with him for only a year, it has not yet resulted in the great results that he wanted very much and had planned. Just look at the new projects that came out every 3 months in 2024 that were very big. It was to achieve the goal of paying tribute to the higher being according to his promise to the Purple Kumari. If he asked O2 to help close the case and get O1 out, then the devotees would demand only O1 and no one would do what he wanted anymore. Even O2 would turn to welcome O1 as usual. So he couldn't let it be that way. Therefore, throughout the process that O6 was controlling everything in the temple and managing the temple with O1's children, they were all mainly for himself. Therefore, it was not merit from the beginning and it continued until it became cooperation with the palace project, which was behind the idea of the Purple Kumari. Of course, it was a collaboration with O6. And the fact that O6 was doing this much means that O6 wanted the highest position in the Thai Sangha first. It was just to show that he was the most capable and intelligent, that's all. But what is certain is that if he implemented a big project with the palace, he would be able to use his royal power to force the work of every temple and every branch of the Dhammakaya temple around the world to support the palace project. But he deceived everyone that it was to help O1 atone for his past karma, helping O1 to meet everyone again soon. The more you make the palace the princess, the faster you will forgive O1. Everything is a temptation to believe and cooperate with him in everything willingly. Therefore, it is clearly seen in the picture of the announcement of merit that each monk was appointed and promoted to. They did not feel that they were doing wrong to O1 because they thought and believed that they were doing everything to help O1 escape the case and return to everyone. The mind is virtuous when thinking this way and doing this. They do not think that they are deviating from the path of building merit and going towards helping. Therefore, they are not on the path to the ultimate Dharma by default. Because each monk does not have the eye to see the Dharma. They have not reached the Dhammakaya to see the subtle aspects of the white merit or the black sin that they are doing. Asked if joining the Nava Dharma Palace project was an idea from O6 who intended to do it to help O1 escape from the old karma so that he would escape the criminal case because the princess was not angry above, would it be considered merit? Because it was truly an intention to help O1. The answer is because it cannot be cut off. In joining the Nava Dharma Palace, it is a work of the favorite side but initiated by O6 who is a wrong view, the sin side. The initial desire is to continuously earn money all over the world for the grace of the Kumari above to continue to be favored. It goes to the sin that O6 has done to oppress O1 from the point where he is leading the group to create great merit to the ultimate Dharma. The obstruction and success at that point of O6 has taken him away from the side of the suppressed merit and away from all the merit to the sin side already. Even though his heart wants to go the way of the beloved, the path he has walked has always been the path of the sin side. When he has initiated to lead anyone onto the path, he is leading without interruption, leading the group to join the project of the above this time. The original intention is to fulfill the 70/30th share that O6 lied to everyone that O1 has given in and agreed to. It cannot be cut off. When the path leads to the beloved side, when the group joins, The process is not cut off from the root that has roots from the evil side. Therefore, it leads the group to leave the last express train, not to the path of the beloved, but to the abyss, to the dark side, and it will be a way of no return. When entering the dark side permanently, there will be no merit left from the beginning with him. Since changing the color of the robe to join the Nava Dharma Wang project, which originated from 06 and the purple Kumari above, who gained all the power from the oppression of 01, and has already completed this great sin, the consequences of what has been done in the future, no matter how much merit is seen, cannot escape the roots from the origin that was the dark side sin from the beginning. When anyone steps in to join in the accumulation of sin, they must abandon all merit. This makes the monks at the abbot level of Wat Phra Dhammakaya in every branch around the world who have entered to receive the royal fan from the king, the image that they see as merit is pleasing. But inside the subtle part, it is unavoidable as the results of the dark side of demerit. It becomes sinful work and sin in every intention that they are doing to help 01. It is a great delusion that is difficult to eliminate from the mind or to make them understand correctly from this point. Therefore, there is only the group that is not deluded. If they hear and listen to this point and understand correctly, what should be done so that they do not join the dark side ship with him and abandon all merit? Even though they have accidentally come and abandoned merit many times, but after worshipping the rice of the Lord Buddha and receiving great merit, they will be enlightened again. The merit has returned, even if it is not enough to return to Dusitburi. If you do not review the merit enough, it is like going back to do it again enough. At least if you know the truth. All of this and do not join any missions or support any activities of the temple again, even in the branch, you will not have to throw away the merit to take sin. You will still have merit to be born as an angel in heaven or to be born as a human again. You do not have to fall into the dark pit forever. Therefore, it depends on the merit makers who have a lot of merit and do not get lost in the sinful side and come back to meet the group that does not get lost who receives information from Kyongtawan. How much will they be merciful to the temple people they know? That going to invite them out of the dark pit and out of delusion to know the truth by doing it yourself will be difficult. But follow the completed diagram 01. Give the diagram to the person who knows the truth. Let Kyongtawan gather everyone to be the core and help repeat and imitate the sending of information from clips 68.2 and 68.3 as a ticket to find people with merit who still have wisdom, and not be completely dominated, and have returned to the truth to find the truth without believing everything. Gather enough wise people who are not lost. Then they will be able to do important things to take back the power of the temple administration from the hands of all the monks on the day that people are ready. When everyone is determined to start this mission, it is like starting a new temple of suppression again because they can bring back those who were lost. Therefore, it is a great merit for everyone who starts doing it. It is a merit of suppression that will go to the end of Dhamma. It is a very great merit. And the merit occurred before doing, while doing, and after doing. Therefore, in the beginning, as long as everyone who has come together to receive this mission with intention and correctly understands the content of the information provided, there will be great merit occurring in everyone's heart immediately. This strong merit will support everyone to complete the mission. Pray in every round of meditation to meet the right person. Someone who has enough merit to truly go to the end of Dhamma, to help save the group that will truly go to the end of Dhamma with 01, and to have the work completed soon. Let's leave the details like this. At this time, do not forget that when the flow of sinful deeds has spread to the palace and expanded to create more credibility according to that illusion, we must fight with the stream of merit, the subjugation side, which aims to the ultimate Dharma. We must open the intellect of those who are in delusion with sufficient white information at the right time and place. Therefore, A successful diagram called the creation of the Ant Power Network was created from O1. Clips 68.2 and 68.3 were used to provide information to open the minds of listeners to help select people. The right people will listen well and will definitely join. Those who reject easily or do not believe or have any excuses are those whose past karma has blocked them from being in delusion. If we cannot help them, we should step back. They do not have enough merit to return to the last express train. We must accept indifference with people like that. Pay attention to only those who really listen to the clip and gather to meditate every day according to the steps that Kyungtawan has already mentioned. All of this is the truth and a possible way to be successful. Just do as I have said. One day, we will find success. When we have enough people in the system, we can proceed according to the plan. On that day, success will follow because the detailed section is ready to support us to win. Kyungtawan must say all of this first because Kyungtawan's role and duty is to send information from O1 that is told through the real experts to everyone. While waiting for the day when everyone is gathered, Kyungtawan also has a mission to communicate information to other parts and other people according to the mission of O1 that is currently in progress. In addition to the mission of the group recovery that O1 cannot carry out by itself, it must wait for everyone to receive this merit by themselves. Kyungtawan will not be a merit coordinator or create a network of ant power. It does not have a role in leading the core leaders to carry out any missions because each ant power group has its own merit and has the knowledge, ability, and wisdom to complete the work if they just follow the plan that O1 has given. When the time comes, the right people who fit the mission will know and volunteer to do it themselves in each role when the time comes. Slow or fast is good, but fast is better. But it has to be fast with quality and quantity. At least 101 people come with the same information. And Kyungtawan will not be there to wait for it to be completed or to encourage everyone to do it because everyone is not doing it for Kyungtawan or for O1. But doing it for themselves first is said that just by starting to come in, you will receive great merit from the previous agenda. There are 2 more agendas to make it successful or not. Whoever owns the merit will know themselves. Kyungtawan will not order anyone, supervise anyone, or recommend and encourage anyone in particular. Because Kyungtawan also has specific missions and duties of merit in other aspects of O1, I would like to inform everyone. But I will pray that everyone can complete the mission quickly. Most importantly, do not believe in any announcements inviting people to make merit in the temple anymore. If it is not the monthly merit of offering rice to the Buddha and the annual monk ordination, the annual pilgrimage merit, and the merit of offering food as alms to the monks, the merit of 323 temples in 4 southern border provinces, we cannot be sure that it will be a merit that is not contaminated or changed into initial sin, like the annual Kathan merit of Wat Phra Dhammakaya this year 2025, which has shown signs that it will be determined to become a sin immediately when the production of Luang Pu the Wada amulets using the legend of Brother Thawan to cheer and invite, but in reality, it has become a sin that produces this gift to lure people to make a big merit that is announced on the beginning of July 2025. How is it a sin? Listen to the clip 68.35 as a starting point. The principles already exist. Those with wisdom should not go astray. Do not make a mistake. Do not be greedy in making merit until falling into the trap of making sin. Everyone wants merit. But if that merit has a background from people behind the scenes who are oppressing O1 has left the leader of the group and he is still here, there is no way to invite anyone to make merit. Even if you invite someone to make merit, it will result in sin. If there is no Dhammakaya, please believe in the principle of O1. Let the one who knows the truth tell Kyungtawan to inform all the children of O1, the real one. The principle of the principle is the true principle of life. If it is wrong, you will walk wrong. If you do not want to walk wrongly, even if you cannot see the details, you must adhere to the principle of the principle in order to be safe in this cycle of existence. Everyone, I would like to congratulate you in advance for the success of the ant power that will drive away the elephant one day, in the near future from now on. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Note, it is not difficult for anyone who believes in Dhammakaya knowledge and believes in O1. Just get out of your delusion first. Even if you do not believe in Kyangtawan yet, you can pray with O1 in your heart when you finish meditating with a pure heart. May first make you confident that this is truly O1's intention and that what Kyangtawan tells is the truth from O1's heart. It can be done in any way. Normally, O1 will tell through dreams. If that person does not work too hard until the physical body is too tired, there will be a suitable time when O1 will make you confident through your own dreams. This is the easiest way. Meet O1 in your own dreams, everyone. There is one condition: you must never again participate in sinful activities from the temple. Then you will not throw away merit and will not be swept away by sinful delusion again. The flow of merit and your prayers will definitely reach O1. It depends on when it is convenient for you and when your gross body and subtle body are ready to meet the answer from him.